The Deezy Report. Don't you know I love haters? The Flash and Superman's speed has the same dark secret in common. When they can be almost anywhere in a moment, Superman and the Flash both struggle with the question of when they are allowed to stop running. Though they're each known as one of the fastest beings in the DC universe, there's one common thing that neither the Flash nor Superman can outrun. The Scarlet Speedster can beat out nearly any hero or villain he comes into contact with when it comes to a race. But Barry Allen's own anxieties and guilt prove much harder to overcome. This struggle can be seen in a recent team-up between Barry Allen and Batman. In the pages of Batman Urban Legends number 17, the detective duo joined forces when Captain Cold comes to Gotham to assist Mr. Freeze with the theft. As Flash zooms across Gotham looking for clues to Freeze and Cold's whereabouts, Bruce urges him to retreat to the Batcave, hoping that a brief rest will help the pair gather their bearings. Here, Barry shares an internal dilemma he struggles with as a result of his super speed. When you're able to run everywhere in the blink of an eye, he rationalizes, it feels wrong to ever stop before the case is solved and the people are safe. If I'm not running until my last breath, it feels like giving up. I don't want you to think I'm giving up, Batman. The scene comes in a short story titled Cold Shoulders from Ryan Caddy and Gleb Melnikov. Urban Legends number 17 contains 4 of these short stories, which all see Batman interact with characters from recent or upcoming DC films, Flash, Aquaman, Black Adam, and the Riddler. The kind of internal battle Barry displays certainly isn't uncommon in the Cape community, and it's one that is often found in Superman itself. Superheroes often struggle with an overwhelming sense of responsibility that comes from them having extraordinary powers. Superman, for example, in many comics grapples with the fact that he can potentially notice more crimes and disasters in the world with his super hearing than he can physically stop. Sometimes his ability to venture off planets, such as during his current War World saga, leads to a whole other dilemma as he has to balance the weight of Earth's safety against that of a distant world. The Flash here is shown to face a similar problem, as the fastest man in the world struggles with finding the time and ability to slow down. When he's able to run across the city in the blink of an eye, Barry feels guilty taking a moment to gather his thoughts if he knows others are at risk. Even when his running isn't making any particularly useful contribution, the act of running in and of itself feels like a necessity to the Flash, who views the alternative akin to giving up. Too many superheroes, this battle marks a sort of survivor's guilt linking to personal trauma. Cold Shoulders touches on the fact that because Barry, like Bruce, lost a mother to crime when he was young, he feels compelled to use his powers in a manner that prevents any one other child from facing a similar tragedy, no matter how impossible that task may prove. Here lies the distant tragedy that comes with both the Flash and Superman's super speed. When a hero's power allows them to be anywhere in the blink of an eye, their personal sense of responsibility becomes that much greater. This is from the Batman Urban Legends number 17, is available from DC Comics now. So that's the one thing, is that I hope we can get a film where it shows the personability or the personable, how do I say it? The personable, we get to see how the character actually acts in certain situations, because superheroes go through human-like things. The only difference is that they're superheroes. So the thing is this. I feel that the Flash has these dilemmas. Batman is a person to talk to because they both share the same loss. To relate this to real life, it's like if somebody's going through something that goes through it just like you do. Of course, both of you guys are going to have that same effect and have that ability to relate to one another. And a lot of times people do have it, some people don't have it, but it's you just have to look at what's going on. But the Flash, the thing about the Flash is the thing about the Flash is that he's so fast. It's like nobody can outrun him or catch him. You know, and it's like, you know, he feels he can be here and be there, but sometimes you can't cover all the tracks, such as trying to save everybody. And that's the facts. You can't save everybody. Sometimes some people get left out. So, you know, that's how I look at that situation. Now, let me see something. Okay, now, Moon Knight takes a major step in representation of mental illness. Marvel's Moon Knight is finally learning that he needs to start living with his did rather than trying to control or hide it from the world. Marvel's Moon Knight is making some real progress with his dissociative identity disorder, providing a solid message about the representation of mental illness in media and subsequent mental health. As seen in the latest issue of Marvel Comics Moon Knight, Mark Spector is confronted by his alternate personalities, Stephen Grant and Jake Lockley, who've been noticeably absent in this current series. While this was by design, it seems as though it was all part of an arrangement instigated by Mark that Stephen and Jake are no longer willing to follow due to the damage it's been causing Spectre. In previous issues of Moon Knight, Mark Spector has been on his own as a fist of justice, having rejected his God following, the debacle that was the Age of Khonshu, where Moon Knight was forced to fight the Avengers. Now, Mark has been operating out of his new Midnight mission to protect the Travelers of the Night. While he does have allies such as the new vampire, Reese, Tigra, and the other Fist of Justice known as the Hunter's Moon, Mark had been doing his work without the aid of his alters. However, Stephen Grant recently emerged in Moon Knight number 12 to prevent Mark from going too far and brutally killing his new villain rival Zodiac. Now, Moon Knight number 14 from Jed McKay and Alessandro Cappuccio sees Mark finally acknowledging his alters, confirming that he'd been ignoring Stephen and Jake in his attempt to make himself not seem crazy to his new allies like Reese or the Avengers, who've had Moon Knight under surveillance since the Age of Khonshu. However, Mark's alters make some incredibly compelling points about Mark's DID, and however, it's never truly been the source of his problems. In fact, Stephen and Jake manifested as alternate personalities in the first place with the sole purpose of protecting and helping Mark. Despite Mark's long-standing and flawed policy of trying to manage his condition by trying to control it or even just pretending it doesn't exist, Stephen and Jake encourage Mark in this issue to finally start living with his DID, embracing it to the point where it can become a source of strength if he lets it be. Reminding Mark of the worlds he once shared in previous Moon Knight comics, it truly looks as though Mark Spector is finally ready to start living with his DID, accepting it and embracing his condition as part of himself rather than ignoring it or trying to cure it himself. As such, it truly is a beautiful message in the overall conversation about mental health and how mental conditions are represented. Thankfully, Moon Knight's dissociative identity disorder is far more than a gimmick. While it's part of him, it's taking time for him to figure out how to live with it just like anyone else can hopefully achieve with their own mental conditions in the real world. All in all, this is by far one of the most important issues Jed McKay has written. Yet, for Mark Spector and his alters, following this chapter where Moon Knight has started to accept and live with his DID going forward, it's going to be very exciting to see where Mark goes next with Steven and Jake right by his side. Moon Knight number 14 is on sale now. So, Moon Knight's interesting. Like I said, I got to get back into comics, going to the store, buying some comics. But Moon Knight's very interesting. You know, he has 3 personalities. And the only thing I don't like about this is they're trying to put mental health issues into this. To me, mental health issues, some people have it, but to me, mental health, some people try to use that as an escape from their own bullshit, personally. But I don't like how they're trying to make it. They're trying to make it like identify with the world, and they're trying to use one of the best heroes in the comics to use that agenda to go through. To me, it's an agenda. If you're gonna do something about mental health, do it for real. You know, don't just do it as an agenda. You know. So, hold on. Got another one for you guys. Now, Marvel's lethal new Predator hunter is turning them into prey. The Predators might have just met their match as a character named Theta has trained and become the ultimate Predator hunter in the entire universe. The Predators have become the prey in a brand new Marvel comic series, with the ultimate hunter of the deadly alien creatures being revealed. In Predator number 1, the story introduces Theta, who witnessed her parents and their crew get slaughtered at the hands of the big game hunters. In response, she's made it her sole mission to get revenge on the Predator who took everything from her, killing them at an extremely high rate as she searches for the one responsible for murdering her family. Marvel Comics has gained the publishing rights to Predator as the newest series offers a fresh concept to the popular franchise. As the hunters become the hunted, while the Predators have wreaked havoc across the galaxy as their big game hunting has led to some of the most brutal kills ever put to the big screen and the page. Predator number 1 will make the alien creatures seem more helpless than ever before, as the ultimate Predator hunter has dedicated her life to figuring out how to kill them. The long-delayed comic release couldn't be more perfect, as the Predator franchise just released its latest film, Prey, which was released to critical acclaim. In Predator number 1, Ed Brinson, Kev Walker, Frank D'Armata, and VC's Clayton Coles, readers are immediately shown a brutal face-off between a mysterious armored figure and a Predator. The Predator is brutally defeated as its head gets cut off. However, the victory isn't satisfying, as after the winner removes her helmet, she screams to the skies after realizing the Predator wasn't the one she was after. The deadly Predator hunter turns out to be Theta, who lost her entire family and crew as a child in a bloody attack by the alien creature. As a result, she is trained to study her whole life to become the ultimate Predator hunter, picking off numerous big game hunters in her quest for revenge. Theta has dedicated her life to killing the Predators, as her childhood trauma has made it her life's mission to kill the creature responsible for the death of her parents. In 15 years, she's killed at least 6 Predators, with a collection of at least 11 masks from them on display on her ship. Theta has become Marvel's ultimate Predator hunter, but her mission is still far from over. When Theta eventually encounters the Predator who killed her family, It will make for a momentous moment 15 years in the making between the hunter and the alien creature she seeks to destroy. However, until Theta finds it, she will continue to murder every predator she believes could be them and show why she's become the ultimate hunter of the deadly aliens. There has never been a human this good at killing predators. Predator #1 by Marvel Comics is in stores now. That's an interesting story. But we'll see. I hope they didn't just make this story because of Prey. But this is interesting. I mean, we got something fresh, something new to watch or listen to. But my thing is the theatrical movies and releases, are they going to make them better? Prey was a success. Now where do you go from here? Are you going to introduce some of the old comics into a story? You know, we had Dutch's brother, we had others. You know, are we going to do that? Or are we just going to BS? You know, that's all I'm saying. Like, can we basically make something fresh? Now, this comic sounds interesting. I'm going to check it out. I hope it's interesting as it says it is. But we'll see. But that was my comic book version, just giving you guys some comics that's out there. Go check them out. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys love what you hear, you guys can go to my description box. Hit that link to my Cash App where you could donate to the to my Cash App and donate whatever your heart's desire. So thank you guys, man, for your love and blessings. We're out. And this is the DZ Report signing off. Peace.